reset. Got the next 10. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing. Again, like I said, some of them have some details that I'm planning on picking out later. Like these guys have some pretty nifty looking bases. But as of right now, same process. Paint them green and get them done. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of zone out and get these guys green. Right there it is. The plus side of part 2 is I already have paint over there. So I won't have to pick that out. So hopefully that'll decrease my time a little bit. Also, I'm not starting with my small brush, so that'll definitely save a little bit of time as well. I will be posting a few pictures once I get this all done. Let them dry a little bit. I'll be posting some pictures on my Twitter. I believe I have it linked. If not, it's Bolden Paints, just like... Well, that's sad. Okay, so... emergency surgery it is. This is my sprue goo. Basically it's plastic or it's cement thinner, which melts the plastic, so when the plastic dries it'll melt it on both sides and it'll dry and it'll actually permanently bond it. Unfortunately, lately it's been getting messy and I think I'm going to have to add some more water to it. Sometimes the world just seems to be against you, don't it? I mean, what are the odds that this guy would snap? Because I played this guy. This guy was actually in my army. He's part of the reason I grabbed him, because he does have a flamer. I wanted to paint him up because he's in my current Path to Glory. So... I really wanted to get him painted. We're going to push him over there and reattempt this. Save him for last, I guess. I think I forgot to touch the other guy's foot up that I said I was needed to touch up. Oh well. I will probably be going back across these guys and cleaning them up a little bit. You know what? No. They are as is. Like I said, this is the whole about getting them done, getting them okay, and getting them on the board. And if I go back and touch up one, then I'm going to be like, hey, I should touch up this guy over here because of this. And next thing you know, I'm spending 4 or 5 hours on one mini again. The whole concept is getting this done and on the board. I don't know if you noticed, but some of these guys don't have backpacks. The main reason is because I didn't like the way they looked when I first started playing. I still don't, to be honest. But now that I've read a couple of the books and I kind of understand what it is. That's actually where their rebreathers and all their that kind of mess is. It's not just a backpack, it's actually like their life support, more or less. Well, part of their life support system. Still don't like them. And I'm not going to go back and fix guys that I didn't have them on because I don't like them to begin with and I don't really want to have them. I think after I get all these guys greened up, I am gonna take a quick break, open up. I got an couple energy drinks. Wasn't sure how long this whole thing was going to take. So I think I'll open that up and get a drink. I do have some water over here, which is really what I should be drinking. But I want an energy drink. I'm off tomorrow, so I want to stay up a little bit later tonight and have some fun, play some video games. Oh, and with my Chaos Army I have coming up, I'm actually have decided I'm going to go with World Eaters on it. They're more melee based, and to be honest, my Salamander Army tends to be shoot heavy. So it's kind of like going from one extreme to the other. But that works out because I, count on the mood and when I want to play a game, and if I'm playing a regular game, I'm just, am I in the mood to get up in your face and shoot, or am I in the mood to shoot? Count on what mood I'm in. Counts on what I grab. I also have my Orc Army, which I know believe I showed in my Twitch. I don't think I've showed it here. Probably next week I'll do a little showcase like I did with my Salamander Army. But I don't know. I have to, like I said, I have to go back. I don't remember if I've done the orcs and showed them off on here or Twitch. I know I showed them somewhere. That was actually my very first army. When I got into the playing, way back when, a buddy of mine was actually collecting, and he asked me if I wanted to go in half, showed me how to play, and then he's like, do you want to go in half and split a box of Assault on Blackreach? I was in the army at the time. I had extra money. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Then I turned around and bought another box or two. I can't remember. I think it was just one box. Then I bought, same time I bought that, before I even put a model together, I bought the Battle Wagon. Just because I was like, hey, this thing is nifty looking. It is expensive. But then I started looking at other things, and I was like, I had one Mega Knob, which, the big old metal Terminator type troop for them. Apparently I had one, and then I read the rule books after I bought my one, and realized, hey, they need to be in squads of 3. So I looked through the book a little bit more and saw one of their main guys, Gaz Cathrol, actually wears that armor. So then I started looking at the pictures of them, and hey, I got a part that kind of looks like that, and kit bashed them all together. I'll talk more about that when I show them off next week, I think. Like I said, I'm not sure if I've shown them off. If I did, I talked about them. I think that was on Twitch, though. Looks to be this base coat seems to be what's taking the most time, which is interesting. I thought it would have been some of the detail work, but I guess it makes sense. More the model is green than anything else, so I really got to make sure that I'm getting them and turning, like in this case, him from blue to green. Because much like the whole concept of speed painting, I also kind of got them primed up, kind of a rush job thing. So that, and I think, well, 30 plus, I think I got another 20 over there of my special weapon, so I think I did all 50 or so at once. So missing a little bit here and there, I don't think it's too bad. And especially this blue, it makes it a whole lot easier to realize what I didn't paint. As you can see with this guy, he has a whole lot of red on him. And kind of unfortunately for this concept, especially with this red, is this contrast paint tends to show the underside pretty well. Which means this guy is going to look really interesting. Probably not in a good way either. I seem to be doing pretty good on time. I think I got 3 left to do, and it's at 14 minutes. Owie. Sorry about the dead space there. I kind of zoned out for a minute. Kind of felt like it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, decided I was going to get up and paint, and just kind of went in La La Land. I think I might get these guys done. And I know I said I was going to do all 30 of them, but I think 20 might be the number for the day. It's been a while since I've done this much. And to be honest, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. So I think I'm going to finish up this batch of 10, and we'll do the other batch of 10 soon. I mean, I do want to hurry up and get all these done, but I also have until October. And after I get these 30 guys, well, these 20 guys done, I think I'm only going to have maybe about 40 or so to paint up. Which, yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's a matter of perspective. 40 sounds like a lot, but also realize that I'm fixing to finish up 20 models, and I'm on track for about 2 hours. So that's a model every 6 minutes. Obviously, you know, I got some of my special weapons and all that coming up, so it's going to spend a little bit more time. But I have a fair amount of time to go until those other ones come in. I want to get them all done before October, but there's absolutely no reason for me to go super psycho on it. Besides that, if I paint it all up too fast, I'll start running out of stuff to paint. I won't be able to chat with y'all because I won't have nothing to paint. That's not true. I have quite a few other models. Well, I'm pretty sure y'all saw my pile of shame video, so you know I got quite a bit of models to paint still. Alright. So them grayed out. Or greened out. Ooh. Probably have to get some more of that gunmetal out. Yeah, it was this one. And just like last time, we're just gonna push through, trying to get this done as fast as we can. I do have a couple of different guys on here, so I might pick out a few different things. Of course, I grab my fine detail brush. Okay. Ugh. We're just going to do this. And me never what? I'm sorry, I missed that. I run out of guys to paint? I mean, it's possible. Hopefully not probable. I think I went too fast. He's nowhere near dry yet. We'll move him back to the back. This guy looks pretty dry. Well, I mean, it's possible. Actually, I recently, like, just recently talked to my management team. I'm actually going to go down to part-time. I haven't even seen what my schedule is going to be yet. I don't think it's going to affect us too badly, but don't know yet. Now, they did leave it open for me to go back to full-time if things don't work out. So, I mean, I hope everything works out and we'll be fine. Yeah, I really do like the local gaming stores. But I'm sorry if the choice is a mini or dinner. Well, hopefully they have a discount at the local gaming store so I can get a mini. Yeah, I mean, my direct management is really good, and I've already been told I should be getting the hours I was looking at. But right now there's a lot of unknowns and it's up in there and it's out of my hands. So offhand, I'm going to say about an hour is the fastest I can get done. Because quite simply right now, I could probably beat that, but right now I'm having to slow down because a lot of this green is still wet. Now, speaking of local gaming stores, actually part of the reason I need to hurry up and get done with these guys is we have 2 local gaming stores, well 3, but 2 of them that are pretty close to me. By pretty close I mean an hour drive, but I want to get some of my D&D minis painted up. Take them in there and see if I can set up a little diorama type thing and put my business card in there. Try and drive up some sales in my Fiverr account. By the way, if you guys don't know, I have a Fiverr account where I will paint your minis for you. Right now I have the price at $5 your mini, your shipping. That's for basic mini, like kind of what I got in my hand. Now obviously I will be putting more detail into your guys than I am currently on my guy. It'd be more like my other minis, like my captain. The Ukraine I painted earlier, realistically, would probably be a more expensive mini. But I don't know. I'm just kind of just starting out on this. I'm beginning to think I should charge more just because I think people are looking at my thing and looking and going, I really don't know. $5 for a mini seems cheap. And I know I'm worth more than that. My goal was to hopefully get people interested. Get my numbers up on there. Unfortunately, have not had a whole lot of bites on it. Actually, that's part of the reason I thought about this speed painting concept. Is I originally had one person reach out to me and they're like, hey, I'd really like 10 miniatures, I think it was, painted, but when I told him the price and he asked how long, I was like, well, 10 miniatures, that'll be 5 weeks. I paint on my days off. I figure it would take me about 2 to 3 hours per. Well, apparently he found someone local that could do it faster because I told him it would be 5 weeks. Which really, I could have painted on my off time and not worried about streaming it and just kind of knocked them out. But I don't know, that's kind of my thing, is I really want to paint them live so I can get the person's input right then and there. Especially when you're talking about like a D&D miniature or, you know, a named model in Warhammer. Because I want them involved in it, you know. It's their guy. They can go anywhere and buy just any old mini. But that's their hero, their named character. So I'd really want, you know, them there to help experience it and help me see the plan. Now, that's my thought process, at least. I like the idea. I thought I was unique, and then I started actually looking, especially on Twitch. Yeah, not so unique as I thought. But yeah. But right now I gotta get people to buy into my thing. It's all time, and I know this YouTube and Twitch thing is time and patience, which unfortunately are not two of my strong suits. But I have a good support group. I know y'all love me here, and I will continue doing this stuff. Because I have faith in my plan. I don't know if I should or not, but I have faith in my plan. An absolute worst case, years down the road, I have something to go, hey, I did this thing. And I like how I did this thing. 'Cause I'm not sure, you know. I enjoy hanging out with y'all. But especially like shooting my own videos, and that's part of the reason the videos I've shot are normally pretty short. Because the whole talking to myself thing really is not something... I know it's something a lot of people have problems with. I mean, there's all sorts of videos talking about, you know, hints and tricks and how to get more comfortable doing it. But I'll be honest, even right now, I've been streaming, doing this for 4 months now. You don't get comfortable with it. And I'll be honest, anybody out there thinking about doing this YouTube thing, I'll tell you right now, it gets easier. But I wouldn't say you ever get comfortable with it. And if you get if somebody tells you otherwise, I don't know, they could be lying. Maybe I'm just crazy. But it is not something... Talking to yourself for potentially hours on end is not what I consider easy. Oh yeah, I'll definitely get better at it, and I'll get more comfortable with it, but it's, like I said, it's not one of those... It's kind of like public speaking. You can get better at it, but if you're not naturally good at it, you won't be great at it. And I'm fine with that. I will definitely never be comfortable talking to myself in the corner. I'm more of a in my own head thing. That's why sometimes I kind of zone out and I look up, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm recording. People are wanting me to say words. I don't know what words to say. Much like right now, I'm kind of ranting and rambling on because words, they're important. But if anybody ever tells you you can't do something, I'm sorry, I'm 40-something years old, just started doing YouTube. You would think at 40-something years old, I would not be doing YouTube or painting miniatures. But it's something I've always kind of enjoyed. The YouTube thing's kind of a bonus thing. Because my memory's not so great, so... Again, with that 40-something years old, that explains why my memory's not so great. But this way I can look back, especially doing these commissions. Because like right now, I wasn't even a commission. I just painted a couple minis for my brother and his family. And I didn't stream it. I did a little video on it. That was my most recent video of the minis I was showing off. But I'm already forgetting kind of how they look. So this way I can look through this later on and go, how did I paint this? Or when did I paint this guy? And then I look back through the videos and be like, oh yeah, it was then. And that's why even if I paint my guys on my own, I'll typically end up doing some kind of video to show them off. It's like I got some rhinos. I got a brand new one, and then I got a couple of from eBay. Got a great deal on that one. 3 rhinos with shipping. I think it was $70. My new rhino was $50 by himself. But I'm working on those. They're not pretty. They're, you know, I'm looking at it as chaos. They've kind of stolen from people, and now they're painted them up. So, and since I bought it from somebody, and you know, they'd already had a couple of them at least had it painted in ultramarine colors. So I just kind of like, okay, well, cool. I'll just throw. I ended up doing red spray paint over the top of it, and some of that blue is sticking through. And the whole, you know, they stole it concept works out pretty well with some of that red sticking out. Apparently my little dog decided they like that idea of me stealing stuff. I think not even my next big purchase, probably my next purchase for this, watching back some of my videos, I think I'm going to buy just a plain black mat instead of having my old World of Warcraft thing on there, because like I know that thing stands out really well, and it all kind of distracts from what I'm doing. So I think it's time for it to be retired, and I'll pick up probably a black one. That way, I don't know, I would say it wouldn't show when I make a mess as much, but unless I was using black, it's probably going to show it anyways. Now, maybe I'll just look and see which one they have on clearance. Look online. But yeah, this is just a normal game mat to protect cards from the table, basically. But I've had it for so long, and I've used it for my painting. Because, you know, if I drop a mini on this, it's padded, whereas I don't know about a pretty pink one. I'm kind of torn, because if I get white, it's going to make everything look bright. If I get black, it's going to darken everything up. But I think any color I get is going to make it look off. I don't know what color I'll go. That's probably why. That's kind of why I was saying if I just find one on clearance, that way if I don't like it, well, maybe I'll just tear it up and use it for packing. Yeah, it's kind of when I'm torn. I gotta find something that's neutral that doesn't detract from what I'm doing, but at the same token it protects them. It's a tough one, huh? Yeah, maybe a tannish brown. Just like the wood, the wood color type right here, wouldn't it? Over here. I'm also looking at probably going to, I know I'm moving y'all all over the place, possibly moving my setup again. I am like a freaking nomad, but I just gotta figure potentially setting things up where have my webcam on, but I'm in my wife's office and how I'm set up, you know, you might see sensitive stuff, so it's just camera pointing straight down. But I can work on that whole, maybe set up, maybe use my display stand as a backdrop. I don't know. Things to think about. Oh, maybe I will get done pretty fast with these guys. What am I at? Never mind. I'm at 48 minutes. I could probably get done in under an hour, but I am not going to try to rush it that bad. I kind of want to be done with doing them, but at the same token, I want to make sure they look nice, and I don't know if in 11 minutes I can get these guys looking really nice without rushing it. So we'll see where we land. Looks like it'll be pretty close to an hour either way, which I don't know, that ain't too bad. If I can do an hour a group, that's like I said at the beginning of the first one, that'll be 6 minutes of mini. And that is not too shabby. One thing I am noticing with having my wet palette out here where y'all can see, which is a definite bonus, is it reminds me of where the camera's pointed. Which I don't know. It seems to me that I seem to be not wandering the minis off stream or off camera as much as I normally do. So I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna find some tape maybe and put a little, bring up my pre-stream and maybe put a mark on my little design here and figure it out where. I don't know if that'll work either, because I know that the yellow dot that's right about here is where it's supposed to be, more or less. I know this. I realize this. I keep forgetting to use it as a marker. Which, you know, shame on me, but forgot to pick out the silver on the intakes. It's alright. That's what we got the black for now. Now I'm going to just paint them black, and now the intakes are closed, right? Let's see. That's the great thing. Again, this is whole speed paint 101. Don't think too much. I'm already thinking too much on this guy. That's the problem I run into, is a lot of these guys have a lot of detail. And I really kind of want to pick them out. Is intake. Thank you. I tried them. Like I said, I'm trying to make them look good, but at the same time, I am trying not to overthink it. Now this guy is one that I'm currently using in my army, so I want to put a little more thought process. Not necessarily want to make him better than the others, but he is a special weapons guy. And I do want to pick out a little bit more because I am currently playing with him. So I'm going to put a little more effort at the moment on this guy. And by a little bit more, I mean a little bit more. I think we'll paint his bottle. We'll do black around the edges. We'll pick out these guys right here. And when I come back around with red here in a minute, because I forgot to get the red out, or do some stuff on him, I'll come back with the red and touch up the tips and all that. Did any of the other guys have... Nope. Okay, this is only harness. So we got what, him. Got 2 more to pick out with black. Yeah, I'm not gonna break an hour at these guys. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping to, but it is what it is. Again, another guy I forgot the intakes on, so he gets his fence blacked out. Okay, now get my flamer guy out. Get the red again, because, you know, gotta light the tip of the flamer. And I guess we'll give him, because he has this emblem thing right here, we'll just paint that red just because. Red. Alright. Looks like we will be picking out some brass and we're done with these guys. By brass I mean the gold that I have in front of me. Sorry, my chaos guys are red and brass, so for some reason I have brass on the brain. I'll pick out tips of those just because. He'll get gold because I got gold there. I know there's supposed to be some important part of what that stands for and all that. Meh. Your skull piece will get bronzed. And that'll be brown gold because I decided so just now. I will pick out that, and much like the other one, we'll go ahead and pick the whole thing out. With the back of this guy, there we go. Yep. There we go. I don't think I'm going to do the other 10 tonight. Ooh. This guy does not have a whole lot of detail for me to pick out. We'll paint that one. I already painted that one black. We'll paint that one. I know. We'll paint every other one of these real quick. And we'll light pick up on the wires. There we go. And looks like he has a nice cool weapon right there that we're going to give color to. His grenade. There we go. And remember about this whole speed paint thing. It is, when you're doing the details, it's kind of important that you're neat about it. But also realize if you're having to cram to get your brush in there, it probably won't be seen anyways. And the other good part about picking out certain details is when you pick out some of the details but not all of them, it makes the ones you don't pick out mostly disappear. Sometimes it does have the opposite effect, but not too often. Most of the time, when you pick it out, it'll make those other things you didn't do fade some. Good God, this guy's busy. This is my flamer. We're gonna give a brass heat shield. Yeah, well, gold, but we'll call it brass heat shield. I hit the chest piece, like I said. I'll hit these little knobs. There, and there. I think he's our last guy of the night. Even going overtime. Well, looks like we're at about an hour 10 for this batch. So 70 minutes, 10 guys, it's 7 minutes a guy. Still not bad. His button. Does he have anything else I want to pick out? Yes, his grenade. And we'll paint this middle one. Alright. So looks like 7 minutes a guy on the second batch, about 6 minutes. And like I said, they're not perfect by any stretch, but these are basic troops and they still look pretty good. I mean, I definitely yeah, but even with it, there's a lot like this guy. Like I was saying, there's a lot of detail on him, but because of the details I picked out, makes it where the other ones don't stand out as much. Like right here, he has two more purity seals. You can see them now that I point them out, but like this guy. And like I said, I'll be going back across on this guy to hit up his base, but I don't think I'll be doing too much else. Same thing with this guy. I mean, definitely not perfect, but 7 minutes a model. I'm definitely okay with this guy for a 7-minute model. Alright. Well, like I said, I'm gonna get all the guys gathered up, get my hands clean before I touch my phone, because you. But I'm gonna post the pictures up on Twitter. Y'all, I do commissions. I'll paint your minis for you. Other than that, I do this. Try to do it every Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Do it on Tuesday. With my schedule changing, that's gonna change. But I try to post once a week. I try to stream, if not post something once a week. But yeah, I'd like to, hear from y'all. Subscribe. Leave some comments. Tell me what you think.